abundance of wild garlic. Bloody buzzing. Goes all the way down to the little stream. I haven't got my clippers, but I'm probably going to pick some of this now. As you can probably tell by the name, wild garlic is known for its delicious garlicky taste. I'll probably pick leaves around this size because I think they're nicer than the larger leaves. They get a bit bitter. I also quite like harvesting them before they flower, although these little pods, I quite like the stuff in it. It's quite tasty as well. You can make your own pestos, put them in stews, soups, etc. It's a nice way to get garlic in without having to chop and peel. And it's free. Can you believe all of this is wild garlic? Like all of that bed all the way up there. So if anyone's near Saltwell Park, get yourself down. What an absolutely glorious spring day. Oh. Now I believe these are nettles. I don't have any trousers or gloves on, so I'm not willing to take the risk. But I am wanting to collect some nettles this year to make tea and pop them in soups / stews because they're really good for you. I can also spot some cleavers growing, also known as sticky weed, because as you can see, they stick to your clothes. And I don't know if you can see, but there are also loads of baby cleavers growing, which is excellent because in a few weeks or months time they'll be about this big. And I'm probably going to wait to let them grow a bit more before I start harvesting them. I really like to infuse my water with cleavers because it's really good at detoxifying the body. There are some like myths that if you drink like water infused with cleavers that people will fall in love with you, but it remains to be seen. Now this plant, I'm unsure if it's actually what I think it is. You can find out by seeing if it smells like aniseed, but I'm going to be honest, my hand smells like wild garlic now, so I'm going to come back to that one. Again, all of this is wild garlic, so it is in abundance. It's all up there and all down here. What has happened here? Let's go investigate. Where is that coming from? The plot thickens. Where's that coming from? However, that little detour has led me to this stunning tree and beautiful flowers. And loads more of this. Like, I need to find out what this is. I'm going to consult my foraging books. As you can tell, I'm certainly not an expert at looking for free food. I'm more of a scavenger. Lots more baby nettles, which I'll come back with when I'm well armed with gloves and clippers. This is my favourite seat in the whole of the park, especially in the autumn when it's orange and beautiful. It is the best. More wild garlic. It is a bloody epidemic. A very tasty epidemic. I'm so excited for the next couple of weeks because these cherry blossoms will come into bloom and the whole strip is just covered with beautiful pink blossoms. wondered why my walk wasn't as serene as usual, and it's half term, so the rugrats are off. Hence the screaming kids everywhere. So apologies for that. So as you can see, I'm in the park. I probably come in here every day, sometimes twice a day. Unfortunately, I've got a scratch on my chin from my dog. Bless him. Looks like a storm may be coming. It is very windy. Hello, I'm back from the park now. I've brushed my hair, so I was looking quite bedraggled. And I'm going to pick some foraging books out for us to look at together so I can actually understand what that aniseedy thing was. So let's do that. These are my lovely, lovely bookshelves that my partner made for me out of scaffolding planks. He sanded them by hand and stained them. And this is our sort of foraging section alongside geography, etc. Lots of books on trees as he is trying to be a tree surgeon. So I've grabbed Wild Magic, which is a really, really good book. It seems that we've actually misplaced a few of our foraging books. I'm going to have a little peruse around the house to see if I can find them. Bear with me. Ooh! Max had said that he'd bought these for me. That looks amazing. I'm going to read them this weekend. As I was saying, we do try and categorise the books, but it just turns into chaos. It's really difficult when you don't have lots of space or spend your life categorising books. Maybe one day. I was going to say I'd be a bit miffed if I'd lost that book, but that's the one I meant, the Forager's Calendar. No, I didn't steal it from a library. I used to work at one, so we used to get given the books that they were getting rid of, and I took quite a lot of them. Oh, Christ. So I'm back armed with materials, books, if you will. I've got Wild Magic, the Forager's Calendar, and Woodland Plants. So I'm going to have a little look and see what I find and let you know. It actually might be cow parsley. The stem does look similar, however, there are some deadly lookalikes, such as hemlock and hemlock wort dropwort. So I'm going to be careful with this. I'll read out the description. The roadsides of spring fizz brightly with this common plant. In fact, it is all too common, boorishly outcompeting many of the more delicate plants that should be found on roadsides and under hedges. It's the first plant to flower in a series of lookalikes, being followed by rough chervil and then hedge parsley. All are edible, but none, despite their encouraging names, very much. What do you mean? But none, despite their encouraging names. What? Does that make sense? Cow parsley, the largest of the three, gets a mention for March because of its young stems. Not every plant will produce a suitable stem, but if you see one a centimetre or so in diameter and a few centimetres high, it's well worth picking. The fibrous outside is peeled back to reveal a succulent centre, which has an intense flavour of parsley. I actually don't like parsley that much. I'll eat it in garlic bread, but I actually hate the really strong, intense flavour of parsley, so I think we're going to move on to that. But if that is for you, now's the time. Here we go, something I do enjoy, wild garlic. So that's what it looks like when it flowers. What are we saying? If there is one species that stirs the heart of all foragers, it must be wild garlic. Aren't you right, Mr. John Wright? Well, there we go. For God's sake. This is one of the most giving of all the wild foods. It has a long, long season of about 5 months. Did not know that. Did not know that. Oh, that's so rude. People would say it had a repulsive odour. Well, there we go. Wild garlic has many colloquial names. Somerset's onion stinkers. That is absolute minging. Though Dorset's devil's posy is also worth a mention. Well, I think we just butcher it up here and just call it wild garlic. You're so right. As he says, the immature seed pods are splendidly garlicky and also succulent, making them superb for a pesto or sprinkled in a salad. Amazing. Okay, April, this is where we're at now. So this book goes through the months and basically tells you what you can find in that month. Very useful, would recommend purchasing. I'll try not to actually just read all of it out so that, you know, the guy does get the credit and the money. Chickweed, gorse flowers. Max and I would love to make some gorse syrup, like to make cocktails with. Garden snail. Oh, an actual garden snail. No. Right, I'm not quite sure on this guy now. This guy's been eating garden snails. I'm going to have to read this out because I need someone to experience it with me. Determined to expand my foraging horizons, I collected 6 from the bottom of the garden. I fed them lettuce, then starved them for a few days. Girding my loins, I cooked 2 of them, inexpertly unwound one from its shell and made a big mistake. I looked at it. The poor things inside... Oh, no. No. I love snails. I'm not reading this anymore. Right, moving on. Do you know what? I'm moving on to a different book. Miss John Wright, It's Enough from Me. As I was saying earlier about cleavers, according to this book, in Scandinavian folklore, the saying goes, if you drink an infusion of cleavers for 9 weeks, you'll be so beautiful that everyone will fall in love with you. This piece of superstition most likely came from the fact that sticky weed is an amazing spring tonic and detoxifier. See, I'm not chatting shite. I know what I'm talking about. Cleavers are also known to aid the lymphatic system, which cleanses the body of toxins. They're also high in vitamin C, which is needed for healthy nails. Healthy net. In this, I think Fern has a cocktail, a sticky weed cocktail. Here it is. Ooh, I actually might make this year. It is lime, cleaver juice, elderflower cordial, egg white, gin and ice. Oh, delicious. Let's make that. Let's do that this weekend. Apologies. Last year, I made a massive effort to like look after my hair. I called it the year of hair. And judging by these clips, this is like the year of hair despair because it just looks flat and dry and horrible. Apologies. Back to the sticky weed cocktail. I think I might make this quite soon. I might give it a couple more weeks for the sticky weed to grow a bit taller. But I think it would go really nicely with either the Roku Japanese gin or Monkey 47. So that is very exciting. I'll film it while I make it and let you know how it goes. The final thing that I'm going to chat about is nettle beer. That looks amazing as well. You need quite a lot of nettles for that. So I think I might have a little dedicated video to making plant drinks and we'll see how it goes. It's extremely exciting. I'll have a little look at that cowpea parsley again in person, but I'm not really that bothered anymore. This book is also really good. It's actually more drawings based. It's just quite a nice read. And it's got the Latin name for the plants as well. What does it say in the blurb? Oh, goodness, it's quite an old book. Woodland Plants was first conceived in 1939 and was not completed until 1981. Conception lasted quite a long time, didn't it? It deals with 69 plants. Is this a joke? Is this like, someone's done this to be rude? Represented in 82 drawings. Each plant is described in terms of its properties, the folklore surrounding it, and the way it got its name and its natural habitat. Okay, amazing. So I really like that these books also like discuss the folklore. Like I'm really, really interested in that. I think if I didn't study English Lit and History, I probably would have went into like plant folklore. Because there's loads of stories about how like mushrooms relate to fairies in Ireland and all that stuff. So maybe one day I'll do my PhD in that because it's really interesting. It is really, really interesting. If anyone has any recommendations on any papers or books that explore that topic, podcasts and the like, please let me know. Good morning. Good morning.
1 mile in cloud patches and showers early Friday, but improving to greater than 6 miles on Friday morning.
Stars shining bright above me. I
1 mile in fog patches and showers early Friday, but improving to greater than 6 miles on Friday morning.
Unassuming. Well, there's pugs in the wave. Can you see it? Pugs in the wave? Oh, goodness me. Hello. Very, very hungover today, as you can probably see. We had an amazing day yesterday. We went to town, mooched around a couple of charity shops, went for breakfast, went for lunch. Then went to our friend's house for Italian night. Had a lot to drink, lots of Negronis, lots of Aperol Spritz. Other things that I can't really remember. So it's like 4 p.m. on Sunday and I've just written off today. I was going to go at the gym. I was going to put loads of things on Vinted, but I just can't be arsed. I actually ordered a takeaway, like a Parmo, at 12 o'clock as soon as it opened, and now it's just knocked me for 6. Like, I can't cope with that. My head's killing. I don't feel very well. And I'm going to end this little mini vlog here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for bearing with me, as it's my first one. But hopefully I'll be in high spirits next week and can make something else entertaining. And hopefully, yeah, whatever. Right, I'm going now. Bye.